channel. So today we are going to do a kitchen organization ideas video. So I struggle with keeping our kitchen organized just because we use it so much. So I think any area of your home that you use a lot is at risk of getting disorganized and kind of not functioning very well pretty easily. So anyways, today we're going to just go through my kitchen, and I've picked a couple of just like high traffic areas that we use a lot that I'm going to reorganize and just kind of show you my strategy behind organizing these areas and what I think is just a good way to kind of handle the chaos. And so this is not by any means like a perfect organizational video, but it is just real life. I am a mom of 4 small kids, and so the kitchen is just like the heart of our home, and it's kind of a chaotic zone. So this is how I manage it. So if you are looking for a good motivational video today, you are in the right spot, and let's get right into it. Okay, my first tip anytime you're going to organize an area is to just clean it first, because it is so much more difficult to organize an area when you're dealing with just a general mess too. So right now you're seeing me clean down my countertops because they had all sorts of like food crumbs on them and were just messy. And I knew I would be happier doing this project if I was in a clean space. Typically you would see me loading the dishwasher too, but that has already happened this morning. I got up really early and went and did a workout, and then I cleaned up the kitchen kind of as I was making kid lunches today. So that's out of the way, so we can just focus on organizing. All right, so this video is going to focus on this utensil drawer. I can't think of a area that gets used more in a kitchen than like the drawer you keep your forks and spoons and that sort of thing in. And then I'm going to take us over to where I store our food storage containers. So basically like Tupperware, whatever like the normal word for Tupperware is. I don't know. I'm from the South and we just call it Tupperware. I'm going to organize this area because it can get messy quickly. And I've noticed like most people get kind of overwhelmed by this. So I'm just going to share my strategy on how to handle food storage containers. And then looking over just right over my oven, I've got an area where I keep like foil and sandwich bags and that sort of thing. So I'm going to organize that too. And I'm also going to tackle, we call it the snack drawer. It's typically where my kids unload any candy that they get from school or church or friends' birthday parties. And then, you know, every night after dinner, they ask me if they can have a snack. It's not so much that anymore, just we don't have that much candy in it now. And in this video, you will see me get rid of a lot of it. I really don't like candy with a lot of food dyes in it, so I'm going to kind of toss those. And it's almost Valentine's Day, so the kids will get other treats to fill up this area. But these are the main spaces that get messy in my kitchen quickly. And so this is just what I wanted to share in this video. So we're going to start with the utensil drawer. Honestly, this is constant chaos at my house. It is like the drawer we keep our knives and forks and spoons in, but it also is where like catch all, any like small container gets stuffed in here. So I've got tumbler lids, like Yeti coffee cup lids in here. I have the little spoons from formula from when like we made baby formula. I do not have a baby anymore, so we know that these have been in here a long time. I've got kids spoons, and I'm going to kind of cut through those. We don't need so many of those. And then my favorite kitchen tool is my apple slicer. So we keep that right here too, because we cut a lot of apples in our house. That is a favorite of the snacks for my kids. And I always like to give them an apple over like, some prepackaged thing. So anyways, love that. That has got to stay in the utensil drawer, even though it's really not one. So I went ahead and vacuumed out this drawer just because there was so much dirt and grime in it. It's just shocking how dirty this thing can get. And then I used a multi-surface cleaner just to clean it because it was still kind of messy. And then I'm just going to kind of take out things that don't belong here. I'm going to add an extra container for storage, and I'm going to just try to take out duplicates, the stuff we don't really need. Right now you see me like vacuuming out the little container that has the forks and spoons and stuff. I don't know how that thing gets so dirty, but I tried to use the vacuum. It worked okay. This is like a bamboo tray, so I didn't really feel like I could wash it without it being like taking a long time for it to dry out. So I decided to vacuum it. I don't know if that was really the best option, but it's what I did. Now with the plastic containers, I went ahead and used the multi-surface spray and just wiped those out with a wet rag. Yeah, so I'm just going to continue going through this drawer. So since the drawer with utensils is clean and ready to go, I'm moving on to where I keep the food storage containers. And I feel like I have just a lot of these. We eat a lot of meals at home and we have a big family, and so we use a lot of them. But I am going to just go ahead and donate what I don't feel like we use very much. But there are some things that I feel like I've got to keep for when we're hosting dinners, like maybe a birthday dinner or Thanksgiving dinner. Like specifically, these are like corning dishes, I think is what they're called. I can't really remember, but these white dishes that are up here at the top, they're really good when you're serving, like making sides for a holiday meal, but they're not something that I use often because my strategy with cooking dinner is like the least amount of dishes as possible is really what I'm gonna do. So I don't use them often, but I feel like I need to hold on to them for special occasions. And so everything else that I'm putting up here on this top shelf that I cannot reach normally, like I'm standing on one of my kids' step stools right now. So I cannot even reach this area just flat-footed. So I don't like to have things up here that I'm going to use very often. And so that's my first tip with this kind of storage is put the stuff you do not use very often up high, especially if you like need a stool to reach it. Because that it's just not going to be used very well if you always have to go get a stool. Like if you're making dinner every night and you have to get a stool, that's really not as convenient. And so I like to use the stuff that is high use at our house. I like for it to be where I can easily access it. So I've kind of switched over to glass containers over plastic containers. I think I've gotten most of these at Costco, and I keep the larger ones on the bottom shelf, and I keep the medium ones just kind of on that middle shelf. And this is a good process for us. It's easy just to kind of, I don't know, I have just enough space to store this stuff. And so that makes it easy when I'm putting stuff up, like when I'm unloading the dishwasher. And so one of my strategies that I feel like makes this function well is I keep the lid with the container. And I think that does eat up more storage. So if you don't have very much storage space, that's not going to work as well. But if you can keep the container with the lid, you don't ever have to look for the lid when you need the container. And so this is a strategy I've used for a few years. I really like it. I'm going to keep going with this because we have enough space for it. But if I ever run out of space and can't do this, if we're ever in a just, using a different kitchen, I might try to just stack lids with lids and the containers with the containers. But I don't know. There's no perfect process for this, but this is what works well for us. So I'm going to keep doing that, do what works well for you and your household. Okay, so now I'm still on the step stool and I'm in the space that's like above my microwave and oven. And I have like foil and saran wrap and parchment paper up here, and I'm just reorganizing it and kind of condensing what I have. I also found my apron that I've been looking for a solid year. It was just behind a lot of this stuff, and I didn't even think to get a stool and check back here, but now I have it. I'm also going to wash it because I think it needs a good cleaning. But I'm just trying to make this space functional for us. I have these, oh, look, there's the aprons. But right beside it, I've got this package of pre-cut foils. And so I always have to take them down to get a piece out. But I went ahead and moved the box a different way. So I think I can just open the cabinet now and pull out one sheet at a time, which I think will just be really convenient. Okay, now we're moving over to kind of the junk drawer area of my house. I don't know, these drawers get so messy, but I'm going to focus on the one that has little baggies in it. I use this every single day when I make my kids lunch. We always make lunch at home. My kids don't ever buy hot lunch at school. And so this space gets used a lot. I've got large size Ziploc bags and snack size and all that sort of thing. So I keep these together. I also keep some straws for any time we need like a to-go drink and I need a straw, that they stay with this kind of product. I don't really know where else to put straws in my house. So if you keep a box of those, where do you like to keep them in your kitchen? You'll have to let me know down in the comments. Okay, now we're over to this drawer. My kids call it the snack drawer. Like what I said, it doesn't really have that many treats in it now. It's got some stuff that like left over from Christmas that we probably really won't eat, but I feel kind of guilty getting rid of it. I don't know. What do you do with stuff that you're gifted that you're not really going to eat? I don't know. I love the gift and I love the thought, but I don't know. My kids have tried it and they just don't really like it. I can't eat it because gluten hurts my stomach. So these are some little holiday cookies. And I'm condensing our cough drops right now. We have had like a month straight of somebody in our house having a cough. So we definitely are doing a lot of cough drops right now. But that kind of is it. That tidied up the drawer. I'm just getting rid of some stuff, organizing what's left. I cleaned out all the drawers. I think a clean space is just a happier space. Okay, I'm going to kind of wrap this video here. These are my ideas for cleaning and organizing your kitchen. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!